With Thiago, we now present you a stallion that we as a family are particularly proud of. You are probably wondering why. Well, we bred him ourselves from a combination of Totilas and Wahayama UNICEF, who both lived here on the Schafhof. Last year, Thiago was able to place himself in the S level several times at national events, for example here at the Dressage Festival on the Schafhof. Our goal for this year is to start him internationally at Prix St. George and Inter 1 level.
Matthias, if you look at the two of you in the 60-meter arena, it is not surprising to hear that this stallion is the brilliant combination of Totilas and your mother's unforgettable mare Wahayama. Now you also had the pleasure of riding both, Totilas and the mother at the time. What traits of these two special horses does Thiago have in common?
Yes, of course, that makes it very exciting and interesting for me. When you've ridden Totilas and Wahayama, he just got a lot of will from both of them, got an incredible amount of attitude to work and also a lot of talent for the collected work that both had, and gave on to him is that he just wants to present himself in front of an audience at competitions.
Well, in this case too, you have to say that the winter work has paid off in a very special way. The entry into the Passage into the Piaffe class. How long did it take you, Matthias, to teach him this?
Well, as already mentioned, his parents put it in his cradle to a certain extent. But we used the winter work again to bring him a lot further, especially in terms of Piaffe and Passage, which you have just seen. And in the pierrettes, he has always shown an incredibly willingness to sit down, to carry himself, and thus to show its collecting abilities.
This is a picture, an impression that I was particularly pleased with, Matthias. I didn't even know you were an eventer.
Well, eventer not really, but what is right is that we hack a lot with our horses. A lot on the canter track too. It is just a nice change for the horses, and many things can be trained on the canter track, but primarily also simply have variety in the horses' training and to keep the fan factor high.
Thiago passes his own beautiful type and a dark chestnut color onto most of his offspring. The first riding horses that are under the saddle now are characterized by a high level of willingness to perform, shoulder freedom and quality of movement. Thiago himself is just 1,67 m tall, but according to my own assessment of his offspring, it can be said that they consistently reach a normal size.
Bei der eigenen Beurteilung seiner Nachzucht lässt sich jedoch festhalten, dass diese durchweg eine normale Größe erreichen. Für mich ist Thiago.
He not only inherits his unbelievable beautiful type, his outstanding presence, but also his modern way of movement.
Sondern auch seinen hochmodernen Bewegungsablauf.